Hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. Maybe you guessed, maybe you didn't guess, but we're back at the mountain today. As promised, we're finally going to get this light switch installed down here underneath the cabin, and hopefully this will be the last of our electricity adventures, except for the panel. So stick around for that too, but enough of me jabbering. Let's just get straight to busy today. How about that? Get yourself something to drink. It's a beautiful day here. Sit back, relax. Let's get to busy. All right, we're gonna go with an over-the-shoulder view, but just to give you an idea what we're talking about, I'm gonna put these wires through this piece of PVC conduit, and I'm gonna run it up to there. Then I'm gonna put this outdoor cover over the switch right here. Now, I don't have to do this right this second, but I wanna get all this finished, and this is gonna be exposed for a little while until we come back and we close all this in. So I just wanna make sure that this is all well taken care of. So what do we have? Like I said, we have some 3/4 inch conduit. I have an outdoor box, and I put the plugs in. So make sure you check if you need to run more plugs or whatever, you need to run it out the bottom, you can do that. I just decided to put the plugs in. And then of course, aside from all the other things we have, I have some gel, some Lexel silicone, because I want to make sure this thing's tight as a tick, and that there's no moisture getting in here. That's why we're running that PVC conduit up to here, just to help keep that all nice and dry. So let me get these wires cut. I'll get them fed through the conduit, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to do, how we're going to wire this switch, because this switch is going to come out to this line and go to some lights underneath the cabin here. But then this line goes out to some outlets, some boxes. So just like always, we'll walk you through every step and show you what we're going to do. So let me get these cut and stripped, and then we'll see what's next. Well, let's see how this adventure goes. I didn't even think about this being a struggle, something you need to see. I don't even know if I can get 3 lines into this conduit. So let's see. So I got them all lined up as best I can here, and then I'm gonna push and feed at the same time. And you see, I'm trying to keep these kind of flush on each other, flat, so as I feed it up, it doesn't get jammed up on itself. So, and I don't wanna, I used the factory end here and smoothed it out just a titch, just because I don't want to mar the outside of these lines. So keep working this, keep twisting that line, get it straight, get it flush, keep feeding it. There you go. And once we come out the bottom, let's take you out. Twisting this, push and pull, push and pull. Ah, see, I did it. I marred it right there. I was trying not to. All right, there you go. Now we're gonna feed all that through here. Feed that through here. And then, so I'm just hand tightening all this for now, just to make sure I got enough space. Everything's where I want it to be. There you go. I might have to take this off. I'm gonna pull that so I can slide that top over. Well, Maybe. Now this will come over nice. Sit right there in the middle. So you see how, let me see, I can't see the screen. Yep, there you go. So now you see that's up underneath here. So that's going to be protected. I'll probably still put some silicone in there just to seal that, to keep any critters from crawling in there. And then we have plenty of wire sticking out the bottom. So let me screw these in place real quick, and then we'll get to working on these wires. All right, we almost messed up there. Make sure you mark your wires when they're coming through before you put them through the conduit. Okay, so this is our power, this is my outlet, and this is my switches. So I got lucky because I could figure it out. I got to strip these wires, but we're going to use these push connects again today for this. So let me finish stripping these, and then and I'll show you how we're going to connect it. All right, that's about as close as we're going to get right there. So, like I said, we'll do the grounds. Let's get these all together, and then I'm going to trim those so they're pretty close to the same length. And then instead of using that little copper nut like I did before, I'm just going to use the push connector on this. There's one, two, well, a little curved at the end there. So if there's any bad thing about these, it's that. The tips have to be perfectly straight, and then bingo, boingo, bongo, it goes straight up in there. And then this will be our pigtail that we're going to come and connect back to the switch. If I can get it in the hole. There you go. And then you can see again, you can see the copper in all four there. So I'm going to leave this one sticking out. See if I can untangle this a little bit. And then get those tucked up nice and neat in the back of the box as far as I can. Get that number 4 back there. There you go. And then there's our connection that's going to connect to the switch. All right, now let's do our neutrals. And again, this doesn't really matter because they're all just going to stay together. So I don't care which one's coming from which, but I do need to keep these separated so I remember. So same thing I'm going to do here. Screwed myself again, but that's okay. Get these about the same length. Strip that end off. Number 4, and again, just push it in there until you see it come out. Make sure you got enough insulation stripped off. And then give them each a little tug individually to make sure they're coming out right, or they're not coming out. And you can still see all 4 of them in the tip. So same thing, I'm gonna bring you out. I'm gonna tuck you in the back as tight as we can get you back there. There's my neutral. There's my ground. All right, now this hot is the main power coming in. This is going to the switches. This is going to the plugs. But I don't have another 4. So how do we got to do this again? I know you're going in. So this one's a little different. It's like the Wagyu, but it's not Wagyu, right? So you're going in there, you're going in there. All right. So now we know we have continuity from the hot to the other plugs. Now I need a hot going from here to the switch. So I'm going to put you in there. And then this will go to the switches. Or to the switch, rather. Right? Everybody tracking what we're doing here? So I really only needed a 3 because this is going to go there. So we're going to switch this out because, as always, we're thinking on the fly here. We'll go with the 3 Wagyu, right? Hot coming in, plugs, outlets. And then that's going hot to the switch, and then this will turn the switches on. So let's get all that tucked in there. Which, why is this not going? And then let's get our switch hooked up. So, little curl on our neutral. And again, remember, curl it with the way you're tightening the nut so it sits down in there nice and easy, okay? Then both will go on this side. I don't think it matters. Well, I think I don't need this neutral either. Right? Got to strip more off of that. Hot coming in. And then going out. So yeah, I think if I'm not incorrect, tell me in the comments what you think. But I'm 99.9% sure that I don't need this extra neutral. I just need the neutrals to be together. If I can pull that out. that's no joke, is it? Oh gosh. Well, there you go. Now you can see how tight those things get. That's no joke right there. Okay, tuck you up inside. There. Get you tucked in there. Tucked away, tucked away. Make sure your Wagyu stays closed. Get everything tucked up in there. Tight as a tick, but it'll fit. All right. Foam, then cover. Well, that really that's got to get tighter. Still not. All right, let me mess with this and I'll be back. Okay, so what I had to do is I had to cut out some of the extra wire. I just did the neutrals, took some of that out, and then I realized that the screws for the cover line up with the screws for the switch. So what I did was I took these screws out and I just put them in here. So now I'm gonna just take these, put them through the switch, line them up in their holes, and then this will be fun. And hold this up and screw this in. So it'll secure the switch as well as the cover plate, all with the same screws. So just make sure I got it all lined up left and right so that my seal seals properly. And now, of course, this would be 1,000 times easier if I had remembered the drill. But I didn't. All right, so that's lining up real nice. So now, before I get too far ahead of myself, well, no, I'm going to tighten that, then I'll put the silicone on last. I was going to put a bead of silicone inside of that, but I'm going to put it on the outside around it, because eventually I'll show you the inside here. I'm going to have to come back. It's missing a plate. I guess you would call it the face plate. You're at a bad angle right now, but as soon as I get done screwing this in, I'll show you what I'm talking about. There you go. Tight as a tick. My seal's sticking out everywhere. Now let me bring you over here so I can show you what I'm talking about. So see, this didn't have a plate to go around this for a switch. It had it for an outlet, but not for a switch. So I'm gonna have to find one, come back and replace that. But in the meantime, I'm still gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some silicone around here, around there, around here, and probably up here too, just so no critters or, I don't know, there you go. So up here, so no critters or nothing else climbs down in there, and we don't have to worry about condensation. So let me grab that silicone and we'll get to busy on that. Okay, like I said, just gonna do a nice big fat bead of silicone along the back side of that and on this side of it. Fill that up. You up. And put a bunch there. Let me go see. I think I got some visitors. There you go. It's not real pretty. I'm not going to get any awards for that, but sealed up nice and tight. Good right around there. Same thing, not pretty up there, but enough to keep critters out and hopefully keep some moisture out as well. So that's it. Like I said, we'll come back, we'll fix that, get that right. I'll screw these in, obviously, and then once we have power, we'll be good to go. Well, there you go, friends. We're going to call it done. Like I said, I got to come back and finish those screws. It's just this pressure treated is not for the faint of heart, and I'm faint of heart today. So this is all done. We got all our plugs done. I just have to do some outside plugs and lights, and then finish up the fuse box, which I know you're waiting to figure it out. I'm waiting to figure it out too, because everything that I've seen isn't working out for me. Where I run the generator in to a fuse, it's just not grounding out right. So I got to get that figured out, but I'll shoot that video out as soon as I get it done so you can see. And then of course, the big test will be once we do get it hooked up, is everything going to work and is the place going to burn down? So as always, thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. Again, we're beyond blessed, and God is with us every step of the way. I know that he is, because there's no way a knucklehead like me should be able to figure this stuff out. Even though it does take me twice as long, and it's probably cost me twice as much as it would a carpenter, electrician, and a plumber, but it's okay. I don't mind, because we're enjoying the process. So yeah, if you like what we're doing here, as always, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon over there so you know when we post new content. Look up this way over here. We're going to post another video, probably something from here at Watavue Mountain. If not, it'll be from suburbia. We got a lot of projects going on there as well. So thanks for coming. As always, be safe and God bless.